Oh dear. Okay. It took me like a year and a half to figure out where the join channel option was. But after years of trying, we have in fact gotten to the Valuethon chat. So hi, this is Yono. A little bit quiet. Alright, this is the perfect time to move myself slightly closer to the microphone. I was way far away from it anyway, so this should help a little bit. Alright, hi, this is Yono and the Celestial Elephants. We're gonna start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Yono Celestial Elephants is a video game about an elephant from space. A baby elephant even from space. Yeah, I was like really far away from my microphone for reasons. So there's a conversation right there, but Yono, in fact, is introverted and does not like talking to people. So if you get yourself stuck in the tree, you can avoid this first conversation. If you do that little dash across the water, you avoid the second one. But for some reason, the third the third conversation is really hard to skip. So we've already skipped a bunch of stuff. If you do dashes across the edge, Yono can get some speed boost from that. And this is the tutorial. Actually, it was pretty clean. We did a dash across that platform to skip one of the puzzles. Pretty much you skip everything except for that third conversation. Lots of stuff happening. But yeah. The camera tries to follow along, yeah, and it struggles. You do little dashes up the ramp and save like frames, but you know, all the frames are very important. So you're supposed to get some water to wake this monk up so you can get through here. But I don't really feel like doing that, so if you use this chicken to get up here, and then you dash right as you're falling off, you can just skip doing that, which takes a whole ton of time to do. So we're in the next section. This is Hedgehog Forest, and I'm gonna get comboed by those guys because I fell off the camera. But that's fine. Health doesn't really matter yet. It'll matter in a couple worlds, or yeah, 2 worlds. So this area is completely random. Kind of just depends on what the snakes do. But what you want to do is you want to line it up so that Yono has a snake behind him and in front of him, because for some reason Yono's a hitbox on his butt, so when you face away from an enemy you can actually do damage to them still, for reasons. But yeah. So what we do there is we grab the key from that puzzle area, we leave the room, then we come over here and we use it, so we completely kind of break the sequence of events, or I guess just of the puzzle rooms, but we still want the key that is normally in this room, so we're going to do the rest of the puzzle anyways. This whole room is pretty much on a timer for a couple of things like that water wheel right there, and then that platform. This cycle's pretty difficult to hit, so we'll see. You also move a lot slower when Yono has water, because he can use his trunk to get certain powers. Obviously water lets you put out fires. Peanuts let you shoot things with peanuts. So now we have this key, we're going to throw it up here instead of what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, it came back down. I don't know what I was gonna do if it didn't come down. So we're gonna use this key to get ourselves up here, grab the key, and bring it along with us, skipping all the puzzles in this area, which I have not done in forever. You will see that entering some rooms will do these like double dashes. Dashing is usually the same speed as moving normally, but when you enter a room for some reason, there's a small frame of time where you can do 2 dashes at the same time, which is a lot faster than normal. Okay, I should explain that. This is probably a good moment to explain. EQD is Early Queen's Dungeon, which is a normal any percent. This category does not do a skip that takes us from the next world we'll be going to the very end of the game. For this one, it's just the only, I guess, limiting thing is we can't do that skip. But we still do, obviously, as you've seen, a ton of other skips. Because I enjoy this category because normally you would miss out on a lot of the really silly things we're able to do. And we brought that key along with us so we could use it there because that last puzzle room takes forever. And we don't want to do that. So that was Hedgehog Forest. It was a lot of fun. The unfortunate thing is we can't actually bring a key with us to other worlds, so we can only sequence break things so much. But we can still do some silliness. But anyways, we do need to do a small little stop now that we're here in Nightingale City. We need to make a save in a completely random place, which isn't going to be important, and everyone's going to forget about it, and then 10 minutes from now it's going to save us like 3 minutes of time. So we're losing time right now by making a really weird save in a really weird spot, but eventually it'll be useful. The downside of that is we can't make any safety saves, so I'm going to try not to mess up. Nightingale City is one of the shorter worlds. You're supposed to go to the Queen and talk to her, but you can just do that dash off the edge and skip talking to her. And you're supposed to do some other stuff to get your friends over here to move out of the way, but we can just use our chicken friend and get up here, and then we just skip all that. And that's Nightingale City. You're supposed to open that gate, but you can just dash to the side of it there. Which is actually a lot harder than it looks. And if you fail it once, you fail like a million times. You're supposed to use the key, but we want to keep the key, so we just wedge it in this corner, and then we fail to skip somehow. The key was a little bit too far down, but for some reason you can dash into the key and it gives you a ton of height. You need to get up. Oops, I didn't want to go that way. No, Yono, stop. He's crazy. He's out for blood. Usually we would do this room, we would use the key for that door, and then we can get the key that's you normally get from that room, since we kind of sequence broke it and brought a key in it that we're not supposed to have. But there's an even worse skip we can do that saves like 15 seconds. But it's basically random, so when we get there you guys gotta count along with me and see how many tries it takes for the marathon. It'll either take 1 try or 15 tries because it's a marathon. So this is gonna be the skip right here. We're gonna dash onto this rock and get over the gate. 1, 2, oh, not only 2. There we go. Marathon luck is with me today. Yeah, that skip kills most runs, because you just get stuck there and do it a million times. So that box right there, you're supposed to fill it with water, so it can weigh that pressure plate down. But if you just wiggled Yono's head into it, it just assumes the box is full of water and not of Yono, and it just stays full forever, because you can't take water out of a box once it's full. This is the only dangerous part. If I die here, I have to start this entire world over, so we don't want to do that. So we're going to be a pansy and just sit in this corner. Actually, neither of them can one-shot me. I think this dude does like 1 3/4 heart damage, but it's too slow to go grab the health. This is the only section of the game where health really matters and you can die unless you're really bad. Whoops. So I want to hit that guy in front of the launcher because just less hits. We do have to actually kill everyone. We have to do a room the intended way, unfortunately. But we'll make up for it because we need 2 keys for this room, but if you just push this skull into this corner, you just get boosted up, and then you just go past the gate. And that's Troll Moss. So if you thought those sections were broken, well, we have this section right here. This is Sunder Garden. You're supposed to do a lot of these jobs for these skeletons, and then you go into the crypt area, which has a lot of really cool puzzles involving light and all these other things. A really cool boss, but what we're just gonna do is we're gonna just push the skull there, and that's Sunder Garden. So this is the Acorn Woods, which is also kind of cool because it's weird because it's like the only area in the game where it branches off, and you have to go do one world and then come back here once you've completed that world. So we go over to the Free Haven, which is like a robot sort of place. And once you're there, you have to go into another dungeon, which has another boss and lots of magnetic puzzles and this huge like hub that you have to do a bunch of stuff at. But if you just push a key over here and you wiggle a little bit, you can get over the gate and then skip 2 worlds. So yeah, we're on the second last world of the game now. You're supposed to melt that snowman, but if you just dash, you can squeeze right by him, which never works, but of course this is a marathon, so it's gonna work first try. Actually, this run, you guys will be happy to know, is actually a snowman pacifist run, so we will not be killing any snowman this run whatsoever. We've decided as a community that no snowman should die, so We have perfected the route so we don't have to. We used to have to kill 3 of them, and now we're down to 0. So you're supposed to do a bunch of block pushing, but if you just kind of bounce yourself on the bush right here, you can grab the key. And once you give Yono a key, he gets to break your video game, unfortunately. So we throw it right next to the keyhole, and then we just wiggle on it. Keys are really nice for boosting over things and doing them in unintended ways. Enemies are supposed to spawn here, but if you just go around the trigger, that's fine. And that's the last snowman we would have to kill in this run. I got a gold split, yay. Yay. And we're just gonna use the key here and leave it because we don't need it anymore because we found another silly skip. We used to need it for later on, which I'll mention there, but... So to get past this impenetrable gate, we push this pot right here and then we just boost up. What if you want to bully snowmen? That is not allowed actually in the rules anymore. Ice blocks are not snowmen, they're like, I don't know, you know, they're in a different family. You can't equate those two. Alright, so we have the last skip. Usually we'd use a key for this to get over this guardrail over here, but what you can just do if you time it correctly, which I won't. Oh, I did. Okay, you just dash across the edge. And that's Woolly Mountain. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's one of the more fun worlds. It's got a lot of silliness going on with it. So this is the queen, and because of all the ice blocks and snakes and rob-goblins we've murdered, we get sent to prison. Because Yono is just a murdering machine. Look how evil he looks. So we're in prison, and this is like the longest section of the run, but it's also incredibly broken. So guards are a little bit different because they don't die, they just get knocked unconscious, which is amazing, because I can just use his body to get up here, then throw the key up here so that I can boost up onto the outside seam and then just bring the key with me. Spark and soft lock. It did not. What will happen if that soft locks is the guards just stand still and stare at you, and I don't know, Yono just doesn't want to hurt them, so he freezes in place. And because we brought the key with us into a room we didn't need it, we get a key again. And we gotta do more broken stuff because we already have a key. So a key's supposed to spawn in that room right there, but because we already have a key, it just gets confused and doesn't spawn it. So we have to go into this new room and then go back and then do this cool dashes and get the key. And we're gonna do some really silly things in the next room. This one's not too broken. You actually can mess up their walking animation by hitting them right as they activate. Like you see right now, he looks like he's ice skating. They're not supposed to do that. It actually makes it hard to tell when they're attacking, obviously. Alright, so this is one of my favorite rooms of the game. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the key over here. We're going to knock this out. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go all the way around this room. Hit a switch at the end and it spawns a chest and does all this cool stuff. But what if we just wiggle in this corner, hold it a few directions, and we just fly? I think that is a little bit of a better solution, and probably intended too. So yeah, that's that room. We're gonna use the key that we still have because I threw it over the, oops, I didn't put it in the right place. I am bad at speedrunning. We're gonna use the key that I threw over the cage so that we can get through to this room and bring it with us. It's actually really easy to slip off that block, so you have to be a little careful. We're gonna throw the key over here now. Pretty much we're just gonna break a bunch of stuff with the key for the next few rooms. And bring the key with us to get where we want to go. And yeah, just simple. So there's a guard here. We can use a key, but it's more fun just to like hit the guard into the corner and then use his body. That's a little morbid. We do knock people unconscious and then stamp their body.
Hey.
This is a game for children, I promise. Alright, for some reason, this door right here, you can't bring a key through it, so we can't do broken stuff for a little bit. But I promise the next room I will make up for it, and the room after that I'll make up for it, and the room after that I'll make up for it. You just have to endure this one room of actually doing things the intended way. So we need to push this TNT block here and blow it up so that this platform moves, you know, the normal fun stuff. Alright, so now we gotta go back to doing things that are broken. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wedge ourselves in this corner and dash, and then we just get launched up here. And we skip the entire puzzle. Yay! And you can even clip through the gate a little bit if you do it right, but I didn't want to do it right. So this skip doesn't always work, but I feel like we're on pretty good pace, so we're gonna try it a few times, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just pretend it worked. Alright, so go here, tap a little bit, and it didn't work, unfortunately, but we'll try it. We'll try it a couple times. How about 2 more times? Does that sound good? I think 2 more times. So we're gonna wiggle ourselves on here. This is a huge puzzle room and it takes forever to do. This is why this is even like a viable strat. And for some reason you just get knocked straight into the exit area. And then if you push that block into there, it launches you up in the air and sends you up here, which skips one of the harder skips. We have a skip for the skip, basically. And yeah, so we're at the end of the game. So you remember that save that I made? There's a boss here, and we've avoided the other 2 bosses, so we're actually gonna avoid this one as well. So if I load the save as I enter the boss's cutscene, it really confuses the game, and this is where you would normally go after the boss fight. So it's like, well, you started the boss cutscene, and then you loaded the save. That's where you would go after that. So it's like, I guess you beat the boss, and then it just moves you forward. And now we get to go to the end of the game. So yeah, that's Yono and the Celestial Elephants. That was a thing. Hopefully you guys had a lovely time with Yono. I had a lot of fun. Nothing went catastrophically wrong. Also, you can do this, and yeah, we're just gonna whee. Yono has failed his destiny of ascending to the elephant realm, so now just an empty platform's going up here. Poor Yono. And time's gonna be in a couple seconds. And time! There you go. Yono and the Celestial Elephants. That was pretty dandy. I think we have enough time to show off a silly little glitch that happens at the end of the game. Or that you can do at the end of the game. Yeah, we're like 6 minutes under estimate. We could do that. If voice is okay. Only if people want more Yono, obviously, you know. If you guys hate elephants, it's okay. Unfortunately, I have to watch this cutscene. How dare we support all the people. Also, I'm playing this in French for no reason other than I'm learning French, so it helps to play the game in French because I gotta learn words. Yeah. There's actually, well, this run would have been world record like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Because I just went and like, oops, I almost deleted the save, which would have been, as you might expect, not good. Alright, so, as you saw, I did some weird stuff at the end where I dash off this platform. So if I dash into it and then I just fall off, and I just keep falling off. Actually, do I need to make a save here? How do I make a save here? I think I need to make a save here. Either way. So I'm gonna keep falling off the edge with Yono. And now he's got half a heart. We're gonna wait for the camera to zoom back into Yono. And then Yono's just gonna fall off the edge. As you see, Yono looks a little smaller than he was before. And for good reason. For some reason, I don't know, for some reason, when Yono goes up the platform, the camera doesn't move. The platform and Yono just get smaller. So if you dash into it like this, you just get Yono to shrink. And when you die, it maintains him being small. So each time you do it, it actually stacks together. And you can get a very tiny Yono by the end of it. So as you can see, Yono's about half the size he was before. Now we have little midget Yono running around. Yeah, that's basically the glitch. There's tiny baby Yono. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Continue to watch Valuethon. You know, video games are cool and all that. Thank you, boys, for letting me show off this silly video game about elephants. and I will see you guys at some point in the future probably.